So I want to go through the vocabulary. So I went through the vocabulary and realized that quite a few of these signs are great words that I totally want to teach you, but you should totally ignore most of the drawings in here because they're a way that I would never ever sign these, or they're like a really old way, or a way that I've never ever seen it. So anyway, we're going to go through these, and if it's opposite or different than what the book has, then you should go with what I do. So, okay. So the first one we have is anyway, regardless, or it doesn't matter, or whatever. Okay, so this one doesn't matter. Okay. And then we have bathe or bath. Bathe or bath. Okay, and bother or disturb. It's here. Bother or disturb. Bother. She's bothering me. Or, oh, it's disturbing. It's bothering me. Or I was bothering him. Okay. Then we have car accident or collide or collision. There's two ways that you can do it, neither of which are in the book. So you can do it like this. This is probably the most common one. So if you're talking about like a car accident or a car collision, you can go this way, and it's like the classifier for cars, and they go and they crunch into each other this way. So like car accident this way. I've also seen it this way, describing like an accident like that. But if you're talking about a car accident, then you might as well be using the classifier for cars. Car accident. Car accident. Okay. We have chase. So with your non-dominant hand, it'll be out here, and with your other hand, it's like this, coming up. So like you're chasing.
Is it like the bank?
No, not quite.
Money?
Chase bank. You're chasing your money. Come back, please. No, just chase. And then we have confused or mixed up. So it's here. Confused or mixed up. So it starts like that. Confused or mixed up. So it starts, the initial, I don't think they have it in here. They're just doing it like this. The way that I learned it is that you start here. I don't really know why, but then you go to this one. It's confused or mixed up. The other sign that's really close to this is a mess or messed up. So it starts this way. So how you have this one and then it goes to going around this way. So I'm going, yeah, I go clockwise. So confused or confusion or mixed up is this way. If you start here and then you just turn it, it's like everything is right here and then it just like goes off and is messed up. It's a mess. It's messed up. Just go here and then just flip your hands over that way. Messed up. And I kind of do like a little toss like up too. Messed up. Okay. Then we have curious. So with an F right here. Curious. Curious. Okay, and then we have do or action. Your book has this as do work or labor. If you want to say do work or labor, you sign the sign for work. Work. Working, work. Like I'm going to work, or I'm working right now, or he's doing his work, like that. But if you want to sign like activity or action or what you're doing, just like this. So there's the sign do, just back and forth like this, do, or this is like activate or action or doing something, the action of doing. Okay. Then we have to earn. So it's similar to the sign for harvest. Harvest goes all the way out here like you're harvesting the fields, whereas earn is like this, like you're grabbing money off the hand like that. Earn. Okay. Then we have exercise or workout. I've seen it two ways. I've seen it with this hand shape, like that. Like, kind of like if you had like a 20 or an L like that, and then you just like scrunched it down really close. So I've seen it here, work out this way, or I've seen it just like with an A, work out. And it's kind of the idea of like lifting weights like that, work out, okay? Okay, then we have the sign false or fake is here. False or fake. Then we have freeze or frozen. Freeze, frozen. Okay, and this one they're talking about like nursing and medical field. Give shot, could be here. And it's like if this was a needle and then whenever you do it on your arm, then it folds Here, you fold this part in. So it's like that. And it's just up on your upper arm right there. Let's give it a shot. Yeah. It is. Yeah, so give it a shot. And then we have hammer. Hammer. Like this is something that you're hammering, this is the hammer.
Like that?
Hammer. Just like that. Okay, and it's the sign hit, or it can be impact. So it can actually be talking about like physically, like you hit someone, like that, or you can be talking about like, wow, that really made an impact. Like, it made an impact on my life metaphorically. You use the same one. So it was impactful, I got hit, like that. Okay, and then this one is interact, associate, socialize, or fellowship. It's like this. So you want to have your fingers like separate. You want to have like this much about between them. So fellowship. So you don't want to have it really close like this. It's more separate this way. Fellowship. Yeah. So it's kind of like if you think like people talk about like, oh, in your circle or your circle of friends, like think of it like your circles or interactions like that. I've also seen fellowship like this. Like people like mingling. Fellowship, mingling. So fellowship, mingling, associate, interact, socialize, like that. Okay, and then we have lazy. Lazy. And we have monkey. Fun one. Nervous. 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 Okay, then we have never. Never. So I go kind of like I'm starting in towards this way, and I go that way, and then back this way. Never. Never. Okay, none. So there's a couple of ways that variations on the sign none. The sign none starts here. You can go like none. None. There's also kind of different, almost like little shades of meaning. So you can go like there isn't any left, there's none, like zeros is kind of the concept of that one. You can go like there's nothing, like if your mouth shows like there's this much, none. Yeah, so there's no like facial expression or anything that goes along with it, just the, it's called a mouth morpheme, just what you're doing with your mouth. Or you can just be like, there's none. I've seen it this way too. You can do it with one, there's none, like, zip. So it kind of just depends on the context that you're using it in, but for the most part, if I'm signing none, I would just do none this way, none. Is that the one that they have in the book?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, so they did it this way, and they're still doing the mouth morpheme. You can see her mouth is like, so, and none this way, so. Okay, then we have, okay, so they're calling this one none. Okay, the other sign, I could also call this nothing, this way. The other sign that they're using for nothing, I saw, the way that they're doing it, they teach it different later too. So they have two ways. They're doing it here like nothing, like none, absolutely none, but this is more like almost, it goes into like if you're denying an accusation or something, like I had nothing to do with it, like you're being very like nothing, like almost upset. You can do it this way, like nothing. So if you do it with just one hand, I'm told, then it's more just like nothing to do with it, or there was none, something like that. Whereas if you do it with two hands, then it's very like emphatic, very like putting emphasis on it. Okay, then we have nurse. So you're actually just doing an in, and right here on your wrist, like you're taking a pulse. Nurse. So right here, since we're already here, then there's doctor. There's also in for medical. I see medical here, and then in for nurse.
What's the last one?
Nurse, medical, and doctor. So those are the three right there. Okay, and then we have patient, patience, endure, bear, or long suffering is here. And patient, long suffering, enduring it, bearing it. So, you have the other one that's right here is suffering. We learned before, and it's like wiggling it down. So you can really like emphasize this one, like suffering, like that. Or you can be like talking about like the patience it took, like he's being so patient, like it took forever, and you can like exaggerate how long it takes. Like you can just be like, oh, be patient. Or you can be like, and like really take a long time to do it that way. Okay. So that was patience. And then play. Play. So this is referring to like children playing or something like that. So it's with a Y. And it's just up here and goes out, like down and out like that. Play. Play. Okay. Then we have puzzled or perplexed is here. So it's kind of like a number 1 going to an X on your forehead. Perplexed. Puzzled. Puzzled. Then we have quick, fast, or rapid. So there's 2 ways that you can sign the sign like fast or quick. Okay, so if you're signing just talking about fast, like the runner was really fast, or did you see that car went by really fast? You're gonna go out like this, fast, fast, fast. And so it's like kind of like you have like an X like that, and then you put out your fingers. It's kind of like, okay, like if you did your 21 or like an L, think of it like an L, and then bend your pointer, like go to an X to an L. X to an L, like that. Fast, fast, fast. So you're just starting here, and then you're just pushing out your finger. Yeah. So you're only moving this part of your finger out. So it's like an X with your thumb extended to an L. Fast, fast, fast. Okay, the other way you can do it, if you're talking about like quick or instant, something like that, then you can like look it up that way.
No, that's
fast. Yes, so that's the other variation. So I tend to use this one more, like, but this can be like quick, it can be instant, whereas this one's more like fast, 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 like that. So quick or instant, fast, fast. Okay. And then real, true, really, truly, and surely are all kind of like the same concept, and but we use different words for them. So you're going to start here with your chin right here and just go out this way. Really, truly, is real. So like real versus fake, or like really happened, or truly, surely, or sure. Oh, sure, that's fine. Sure. Okay. Then we have require or demand right here, and it's kind of like an X on here. So you want to have your thumb pointed in that way, and here, and you pull it this way. It's required, it's a requirement, or it's being demanded, or I demand. Okay, and you have like a ride. So it's a C and like kind of like a squished U, like that. So ride. So it's kind of like, these are the handshakes. So a ride. So you could be talking about like, can you give me a ride? Or this can be like, I rode in the car. This could be like a ride at a carnival. A ride. So this is to ride or a ride, talking about like the noun, a ride. Okay, then we have science. So it's kind of like your thumbs up, going down. So it's the idea of like mixing this, like that. And then here with the same movement, if you change it to a B, this is biology. Biology. If you change it to a C, it's chemistry. Chemistry. And whenever I do it, then I'm tilting, kind of like if you have like a cup in your hand, you're pouring it in. That's the position that your C's are going in. So chemistry, biology, and science. Okay, then we have screwdriver. Screwdriver.
Which one?
Just like that. Screwdriver. Okay, and you have shave or razor. So you're going to be going this way to shave with an X, to shave. So this is like to shave or razor, but you can also describe like going all the way across, like you can describe like shaving like different parts, or you can just do like shave or razor. This way. And it's actually going up. So it's like take your X and turn it upside down and then go up your face like that. So it's shaving up. So it's going to be on the part of your finger that's closest to your middle finger. So right on this side of it. So not the side closest to my thumb, but the side closest to my middle finger. If you put that Yeah, just like that. Mm-hmm. Shaving this way.
Like this?
Yeah, it could be that, the other side. Yeah, but turn it. It's really awkward. Okay, do an X like this. Okay, now put it down this way. Now start at your chin and go up there. There we go. We got it. Yeah, so you're shaving this way. Shave. Okay. And then we have shop or shopping. So this is the sign buy. So with this hand shape, it's usually money. Okay. So if you do it right here, this is the sign to buy something. So shopping is buy, 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 buy. You're buying, you're buying, you're buying. Okay. So this is to shop or shopping. Okay. We have shower, shower, shower. So this is talking about like you need to clean the shower, or I'm going to take a shower. It's both.
Just twice like that?
Yeah. Shower twice. Shower. Okay, and then we have since. It starts here and goes forward. So it starts more on my right side because I'm right-handed, and then it goes forward toward the left. So since. So I do it with my dominant hand on my shoulder and my right hand right there. And go forward this way.
Right here?
Mm-hmm. You got it, exactly.
Like this?
Right there. Mm-hmm. And tuck in your thumbs. So it just starts here. So you can say like, oh, I haven't seen you like since a long time, like that. So you could be like, since, like, it's been a really long time, or you can just be like, since this. Oh, I've been studying since 4 o'clock. Since. Or I've been working since then. Or I haven't seen you since, like, forever. Since a very long time. Like that. Okay? Okay. Oh, that was going to be separate. Okay, these are 2 separate ones. So spend, or to spend money, you can go, let's see, and 2 and it's like opposite. Okay, so you're going to go like here, starting kind of like make it number 6, and then put your thumb forward is in motion like that. So this is like to spend your money, to spend it.
Okay.
I've also seen this one. Yeah, it's going to start with your thumb on your pinky and then slide forward to your other fingers and off. So spend this way. I have kind of seen this for pay, like I'm going to pay or like spend the money that way. So I've seen it with one hand this way and one hand this way. But it depends who you ask, because I had one person tell me that you don't use this one for pay. So it just kind of depends. So this is the concept of like money going out though. The other one that's very similar to this, so this one starts with your thumb on your pinky, I said, and goes out that way. Now, if you were like, if you're talking about someone who's like spending their money, like just spending lots of money, then you start here, like at your pockets, and it's the opposite motion going out this way. Like you're throwing your money out. Yeah, so it starts kind of almost like an A, is where your hands are right here, and then sliding out that way, spending your money. Like just throwing your money out of your pockets. So you have this way, so like spend, or kind of the concept of paying, and you also have this one for pay.
This spend right there.
For spend, then you're going to start like a 6, and then go out that way.
Okay.
You got it? Yes. So we have that one. It's like throwing your money out that way. We have spend this way. We also have pay. Okay. So a lot of the stuff right here, like we talked about required or demanded, you can do this way. This is owed, like what's owed, like you're pointing to it, like this is what you owe me. You have pay. So a lot of the ones right here, you know, like you have money, you have shopping or buy. I bought something. And this, in this same hand shape is where you get store, or I'm selling it. I sell it. With the same hand shape. Okay? And then you have camera. Camera, like you're taking a picture. Camera. This is also to take a picture. So like camera, picture. Okay, and then you have turkey. Turkey here. Turkey. So it's like a Q under your chin right here, turkey. And it's like the stuff they have right here hanging down. That's where that comes from. I've also seen this for like Thanksgiving. Or you can just do Thanksgiving, but like turkey here. So, and then We have warn or caution. Warn. So like a warning, or I'm warning you about that. So it's like, then you know, it's a warning, like careful, caution, warning. Okay, and then we have wrench. So I was told that there's a couple different ways that you can sign this, but the best way to sign it to clarify that you're actually talking about the tool, a wrench, is that you'll sign tool, T-O-O-L, you'll spell it. So tool, and then you want to do it here in like between your knuckles, right here, like where my ring's at. Then you would put your hand here. So this could be like almost all the way in, and then do it back and forth here. Okay? Now the other thing is that if you do, so the reason that you'd spell tool, T-O-O-L, to clarify that you have the tool, and then do it here. If you do car, and then you do the sign for wrench, this is mechanic. So car wrench is mechanic. If you do toilet wrench, that's plumber. So if you spell tool and then show the sign, then that clarifies it's a wrench.
Start is
So start is with your whole hand open like this. Yeah, like that. Start. Like putting the key in the ignition and turning. So start. But wrench is going to be with a 2, put it all the way like that, and then you're shaking your non-dominant hand more. Up and down like that. So it's kind of the idea like this is the pipe, and then you put the tool on here and use it that way. Wrench.
Okay.